Just kick some stuff up there. And let's see, while we're here, we'll go ahead and, since we can't do anything about that, actually these guys can just get left here. This is what happens to rule breakers.
Actually, wasn't Tommy's suit just like the suit that you have?
A little bit more blue, a little bit more different cut. So, alright, the next major thing we're going to do here is go ahead and rescue old Nick. Not Satan old Nick, but, you know, Nick Valentine. Kind of a Paradise Lost-ish thing.
Operators. Did you go in and shoot the raiders?
I did not. I couldn't.
Oh, you couldn't hack the terminal?
Yeah, I actually need to put another point into hacking. But early on in the game, there's just so many options.
And sometimes you just don't know what to. Yeah, you say
Never.
you say you want to hang out with a private eye. Just wait until you become a private dick.
That's what she said.
No, she never said that.
Okay, so this
She never said that.
is the beginning of the Freedom Trail.
Well, didn't Archer at one point in time, wasn't he a private eye, sort of?
I think the season we actually haven't gotten around to watching because the DVD hasn't come off.
Yeah, I think Archer would totally be okay.
To Boston Common, the start of the Freedom Trail.
I think that Archer would totally be a private's investigator.
This reminds me of
Does that make him actually? If he's a private's investigator, does that actually make him a drill sergeant?
Maybe.
He certainly loves the drill.
Welcome, Patriot, to Boston Common, the start of the Freedom Trail.
That just reminds me of when long ago when I was enlisted in the Army, and I actually filled out a travel form.
Oh no.
Yeah, that sent me off to Hawaii for the rest of my enlistment as a bikini inspector, and just slipped it into the middle of a stack.
Aren't you also the same one who tried to get some kind of training? The name of like Transformers?
No, that's somebody else.
Oh no, that was the captain above you.
Yeah.
Back then.
But yeah, so they spotted it, but almost. If it had gotten approved, they would have just found it stapled to my desk and never seen me again.
Gather 21 companies of our best men and carry them with the utmost expedition and secrecy to Concord. Once there, you will seize and destroy all artillery, ammunition, provisions, tents, small
I love the history lesson.
military stores.
But what of the colonists, General?
Take care that the soldiers do not plunder the inhabitants or hurt private property.
But they say nothing of their privates.
Back them.
So, near midnight, Colonel Smith marched with 700 redcoats to face brave American patriots in the battle.
Wait, 21 companies? It was 700? Something doesn't add up there.
The Revolutionary War.
Well,
And continue on the trail to walk through more of our great city's history.
yeah.
So the trick is with this that you have to follow this red line trail.
This red brick trail.
7 and A. Some sort of code.
We'll get back to that because it's going to take us to it would take us through a bunch of areas full of enemies and things like that we really don't want to deal with just yet.
Which is like, ooh, there was a Nuka-Cola in there.
I'll go ahead and turn on the next next
Unlikely
quest.
Valentine.
Yep. Because we're going to find Nick Valentine.
Nick, will you be my Valentine? Valentine.
Just so.
Nick
This is-
the Dick.
I don't know how he would have earned that name.
He's a private eye. A single eye, which means they have to be talking about a dick.
That makes too much sense.
Where do you think these things come from? Huh?
Okay.
I'm the private eye now. Oh, that's crass.
I still say Malone's weak. We caught that detective snooping around, and what does he do? Locks him up.
You know, you might be the private eye, but you really need to make sure that we watch out about, where your pants are located.
Yeah.
Face until there ain't no face left.
So I love the fact that the enemies in here just have like conversations between themselves when you're not around.
What's kind of funny is it's one of the things that we were talking about that earlier today. But the fact that this is so immersive because of the fact that you can
Piper.
because of the fact that you can sit there and hear these conversations, like as an aside that you're not part of.
Yeah.
He's here for the detective.
And as to the whole pants, well, if the private eye is around.
I just love the fact that somebody else just sat there and crossed the enemy's line of fire. Whoops. Yep. Okay, I think we've got a critical, so I'll just go ahead and blow that here.
What's really impressive is they have a trigger man that still has a face.
Oh, shit. I need a moment here.
Yeah, Piper's probably gotten herself killed. Or, well, for the moment.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not like some other
Games. Yeah.
games.
We'll just wait for him to stick his head out again. Oh, he's just firing blind around the corner? That's some bullshit. Now,
What? It's like he's actually, like,
oh,
thinking.
shit. Who's this dude?
A little bit more to the left. There you go.
They aren't the brightest.
They're kind of, well, yeah, they're dumb as shit.
Ooh,
And there went his
headshot.
head. Yeah, that's about perfect.
Go ahead. Stick your head out again.
There you go. That's the great thing is that your companions never really die.
Yeah, they can be taken out of the fight. You know what? You know what made this go so badly?
Her walking directly in there.
No, the fact that I wasn't that I didn't drink anything first.
That is true.
Thought that stuff was
You're drinking too much at one time. It improves your charisma. Charisma's not going to help you shoot better.
Of course it will. So, okay, the front door is actually one of the worst parts. Whiskey bottle empty.
Those sons of bitches drinking my whiskey.
Some cooking oil.
That's useful.
A
Is there
battered
anything in
fedora. The Edatronic.
the Edomatronic?
Moldy food.
Moldy food.
That's about what you would expect. It's really worrisome when you find something that's been perfectly preserved after, like, decades.
I actually disagree. Technically, there should no longer be any moldy food.
True. It should have been eaten long ago.
Either eaten long ago, or it should be just like a pile of ash.
Ooh, a terminal. Let's see what we got in here. Purchase tickets.
I suppose charisma could be important to shooting, but
Let's see. No purchasing because the station is closing. Employee notice. Dear employee ID. You have been relocated to employee terminated.
Into employee terminated.
So screw
My
you.
gosh, that sounds like so many things today.
I'll go ahead and unlock this.
That's it.
All right. Yes, Piper. You love me unlocking things.
I don't think it's actually a case of them convincing victims to stand in your line of fire. I'm not sure that's how it works.
Like you, stand over there.
I'll actually say there's one place worse than employee terminated. It's employee life terminated, and then assaultrons just show up out of the woodwork and just start shooting you. I think that one's a little worse.
This is actually
Then just job terminated?
Hard lock. It's an expert. Oh, so close. There we go.
Got it.
Oh, some of the 45 rounds I got are.
And if that's not the case, explain Metal Gear Solid 5? Is that right?
I'd like to, but that's one's next on my list. Not to LP, but to play.
Although the last Metal Gear game, you were just like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah. Okay, we have a level up.
Of course, then again, you know, outside of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's really difficult to believe anybody is wearing heels while kicking ass. I'm just saying it.
So let's see. We've got another level up. We can do another rank in Gun Nut.
So you're saying that they'll sit there and say, oh, please, sir, can I have another? Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So let's see.
Or is this going to be like those 1920, phrases that the 1920s called, and they'd like their phrases back.
Yeah, so actually I think I know what I want to do with this point. I think...
I'd say put another one in something with bullets.
Yeah.
Either you're shooting, or you're crafting, or you're sniping.
We'll go ahead and put it in Rifleman, because that is actually going to increase damage for the combat rifle and the sniper rifle. So an additional 20% more damage and ignore armor. So that'll make it a lot easier to kill some people.
You know what they say? God, I love ignoring armor.
Who says that?
Everyone. Ooh, whoa, 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 go back in there.
Did you see something?
Yes. Oh, that's a bourbon bottle.
Yeah, no good.
Quit taunting me, game! What is that on the...
Oh, you're right. That's actual bourbon. There we go.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
Quit taunting me, game. You're killing me here, Smalls. I am going to murder the next person who tells me that there's booze somewhere, and there isn't.
So I think maybe the next point we'll put in is either going to be in hacking to get into more of those advanced terminals, or into Gun Nut to get better weapons. One of those two.
Well, actually, I think that since it's going to be a little while until your next,
Excuse me, Piper. I just
and
stole
you
the...
just took...
Ah, shit.
Well...
That worked out. What kind of asshole rigs up a grenade in the bathroom?
Well, just that, an asshole. You know, assholes are kind of like that way.
Okay, a bucket.
If you ask Spaceballs, who here isn't an asshole?
Ooh, some beer.
Who here is an asshole? I am, sir.
We're all assholes.
We're all assholes. I'm surrounded by assholes. Who poops out a grenade? Somebody who's having a really bad day and not enough fiber.
Yeah. The kind of person who eats C4 and iron and shits out grenades. Bourbon bottle, bourbon bottle.
I swear, I'm gonna kill these raiders. Not like...
They've been drinking all my bourbon.
Yes, we love the references.
Nuka Cherry, that's useful.
At the very least, you can at least sell it.
Okay, so we are going to a bathroom scale. Freddy, no chewing on my cord.
He's like, but it tastes good.
Yes. Oh, now we're sober again.
God, you know, the booze just don't last long enough.
So let's see. This should give anybody with any sense of,
Self-preservation.
yeah, the shivers. And
No,
excellent.
the Nuka-Cola machines do not restock.
Okay.
Although it's really impressive the fact that there was anything in
So
them
go
in the first
ahead.
place.
Uh-oh, I think he saw me.
No, he doesn't see you.
He just knows something is up.
His spidey sense is wigging on him.
Yeah, see all those red dots just suddenly appear?
I do love some of those slow motion shots,
Oh,
but I love them even better when they actually, you know, murder what you are intending.
because they are...
Oh, so that's a good one. Is there a perk that makes booze last longer?
I think that Party Boy level 2 doubles the effect of booze. I don't know if it doubles the duration.
Okay, because there's.
Oh,
do you know
wait, I'm sober again. Let me fix that.
Do you know what the one is for the for chems? Is that the same one?
Nope, there's a different one. Aw, somebody's sitting there with their legs sticking out.
Oh, they think they're people.
Alright.
What was that?
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Not quite dead, but
Oh, that jerk. So this is like just a huge shootout in here.
well, then again, you're with Triggerman.
Yeah, so this is like literally some kind of... I can see this guy with his muzzle flare, so...
Actually, go to the right, down.
Oh, let's see. Where
Actually,
you
pop
at?
out of the. Is that Piper?
Yeah, she's drawing fire. That's right, Piper. Move out and draw fire. Oh, actually, I had an almost perfect shot there. Go ahead. You know, Piper, you're doing all right.
Good job, Piper.
And then there's this jerk. So who do we have left? You.
Actually, good question. Did they notice you so quickly because your light is on?
You know, that probably did not help matters.
Guys, I don't know where to shoot. Shoot for the light.
Well, that is your standard night fire training.
Oh, I wasn't meaning it as night fire training. It's like shoot for the light, walk into the light.
Oh, okay. The thing I love about the Triggermen is that they almost all have 45 rounds.
Which is great.
Yeah, which is great for considering what we're carrying around.
And a container of cram.
Never mind that. We're just going to take the...
We'll take the good stuff.
yeah, the crispy squirrel bits. That's what we're all about. I mean, living in Kentucky, that's practically local cuisine.
What?
Crispy squirrel bits.
Oh, crispy. I thought you were talking about cram.
Oh, yeah, that too. Actually, my friend who's from American Samoa. Whiskey!
Yay! Yay!
It's beautiful.
What?
Very nice, Pam.
You mean we can't have cracked donuts?
You do a really good Pam.
What can I say? It's the farm lifestyle.
You know, actually, one of our cats was named Whiskey when we got him.
I refuse to allow our cat remain a liquor. Or if you're gonna sit there, if you're gonna start naming one cat liquor after liquor, you really have to name them all. So you sit there and you have whiskey, bourbon. It's
Yeah.
really awkward when you sit there and you try to have a rum because it's either you're gonna have to name it Bacardi, which is just sad, or you have to name him Captain,
Yeah, well, remember,
which gets confusing.
I contemplated Captain Morgan for him.
Yeah, who suggested that one?
I think it might have been a joint effort.
You said, "What's wrong with whiskey?" And I was like, "I'm not having a cat named Whiskey." I don't drink this stuff, and I don't have it in the house.
Unless we're cooking with it.
We don't cook with whiskey. We cook with bourbon.
You know, bourbon's a type of whiskey.
Bourbon is not the same thing as whiskey. They are close, but they are not the same. And to have you suggest otherwise, just foul.
So instead we named the cat after Freddie Mercury because he sings...
He managed to meow with himself in
harmony.
Harmony. Well, at least that's what I've been told.
Yes.
Is he a fedora kind of guy?
Only if it's a proper fedora. No trilbies for him.
Okay, that is a fair assessment. He would be very disappointed if you tried to put him in a trilby. But just to play devil's advocate, I actually don't think he would do a fedora necessarily. I think he's more likely... Actually, I think at one point he did do a fedora, but he did that because he was down in, like, Havana.
Yeah.
Or somewhere, you know, like that. But I know he's also pulled the... I don't know what the kind of cap is. It's essentially the 1920s newsy boy...
Yeah, what Piper's wearing.
Yeah, essentially what Piper's wearing. Therefore, well, they're not for Archer.
Yeah, which yeah,
I think that's a fair assessment.
I mean, as we saw in the book How to Archer, it's like you should be spending more money on clothes.
By the way, if you haven't read How to Archer, you totally should.
Actually, you know what I kind of want is a hard copy of that book. I've read it on Kindle, but I kind of want a hard copy of How to Archer.
You know, really? And you just tell me this now. Getting ready to move, and you tell me this now. Okay?
Same notice.
They have paperback. Give me a goddamn hardback, you sons of bitches.
Styling. Ooh, 45 rounds.
They have an Archer board game. I wonder, do you have to drink during this board game?
It would be wrong if you didn't.
I mean, it would be un-American. Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Kindle as the other option. Huh.
Yeah.
It looks like they don't actually have a hardback copy.
Well, softback if it's a good...
Paperback is about $12.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I mean, I've seen worse. I've seen it.
Okay.
I hope everybody's catching all the references because
I usually go down the other pathway here, just because it gives me a better feel of fire. Dandy Boy apples, aluminum can. The reason I grab all this aluminum is that when you start actually repairing power armor or upgrading it, you need a lot of aluminum.
You know, the interesting thing is I think that there's a lot of people who have trilbies and they think that they're actually fedoras.
Mm-hmm. Dave Chappelle show.
Actually, it wasn't. Was it Dave Chappelle show? It was a knockoff of.
Yeah, like this guy's sitting there, like going.
There was a movie where they had a bunch of potheads.
Yeah. Ooh, somebody's taking a nap.
Man, I hate it when this happens and I can't remember.
But yeah, so anyway, this guy's sitting there. He's at like a drug recovery meeting.
He's actually at the drug equivalent of AA.
And he's like, I'm addicted to marijuana.
I'm addicted to pot.
And the guy who played Bob Saget,
who played, the dad from
Full House.
He's out there and he's like, bullshit.
Have you ever
sucked dick for pot? Dave Chappelle's like, well, no, I've never sucked dick for pot. Then you ain't addicted.
He's like, I suck dick for crack.
And another guy sits there and stands up. I can't remember the actor or comedian who's out there and stands up.
Might have been one of Key and Peele.
Might have been. I can't remember who
Piper.
it was. So there's like,
he did.
I seen him. He did. I seen him. And to some degree, the best part was that Bob Saget didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Excuse me. But yeah, he actually, he didn't, they actually sat there and had a, I don't remember what exactly it was. There was like a sit down with Bob Saget, and somebody brought up that particular, that skit. And he was like, yeah, and to some degree the worst part was that I didn't know that somebody was going to stand up and say, yeah, I seen him. And so he had to sit there and try to keep a straight face
when that happened.
And he was just like, shit, that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done.
I would grab the cement, but it is heavy as shit.
It's heavy as shit. What is it, like 5 pounds?
5 or 8 pounds per bag.
Yeah, each bag. And the same thing with fertilizer. Well, for whatever good it's worth, I mean, unless you're going to be taking it and leaving right away,
not worth it.
It's not worth the extra weight, because you're looking for other things that are useful. And considering the fact that you can essentially take cinder blocks and break them down to act as cement, and you just really need to add water and I mean, because all cement really is, God, I am a trove of useless information, because essentially cement is just usually a combination of rocks, waters, and a little bit of limestone.
Yeah.
And a few other odds and ends. And making that all together is just, it's actually relatively easy.
Let's see. It's been about a half hour since the last save, so we'll go ahead and save right now to make sure we don't lose anything. And then commence